Yeah, hello everyone. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
So in last session, we have started with the bootstrap, right? So what is bootstrap? Have you guys remembered? So bootstrap is a library of CSS, or you can say it is a toolkit of CSS. Now what we are going to get using bootstrap? So bootstrap will provide us some predefined styles in the form of CSS classes. Apart from predefined style, it provides some predefined functionality as well. Predefined functionality in the form of JS. So that we are going to learn in coming sessions. So basically what Bootstrap people did, they created some CSS file. And in that CSS file, they wrote lot of CSS. And now that CSS, this file they are giving to us. Now we can integrate this file with our HTML document and we can use all their created styles. In the same ways, this Bootstrap people created one JS file also. And in that they have written some JavaScript code. They have developed some kind of functionality. They have developed some kind of functionality. If you want to use that functionality, then again, this JS file also you have to connect with your HTML document. If you are using React, there we have to integrate Bootstrap with React. And in last session, we have seen some of the classes, right? Classes related to background color, classes related to text, classes related to your padding, margin, and then we have just started with the grid system. In grid system, right now we have seen how many classes? What are the classes that we have explored when it comes to grid system? We have seen how to create container, then row, and then column. Now, can you guys tell me in one row how many columns I can create? How many columns I can create?
12.
Yeah,
12.
yeah. Basically, I can create any number of, but 12 are recommended. Okay. So how to integrate Bootstrap with our HTML document? Let's assume that here I have something like bootstrap.html. So here, let's assume that I am creating the doc type. Adding HTML scope here using this head and body. And here I want to create one simple, for example, let's assume that I want to create one title here, H2, something like welcome to Bootstrap. Now to this title, I want to add some styles like background color or maybe text color like that. So for that, I want to use Bootstrap. Now how to integrate Bootstrap here with your
By
HTML?
using link tag.
For that, we have to use link tag. And for this link tag, we have to add rel attribute with the value style sheet. And then we have to use href. And here we have to provide the, what we have to provide here?
Path.
Yes, we have to provide the path of CSS file which is created by Bootstrap. And where we can find that path? In their official documentation. How to go to their official documentation? For that, just open the browser and type getbootstrap.com. This is the URL to access their official website, getbootstrap.com. Now go to the docs. Here you have some links like examples, icons, themes, blog. Go to this docs. The moment you go to the docs, here you have on the right side, here you have some links. So click on this CDN link. and just copy this link. Okay, so today I want to give one assignment for you. And what is that assignment means? You have to go and search what is CDN. You have to do little bit research on what is CDN. Content Delivery Network. What is this? CDN. So come up with the answer in tomorrow's session. Based on your research, whatever you have understood, you guys have to let me know. What is CDN? Okay. Now here I got that link and I have pasted it. Now let me just check whether I will be able to change the background color or not. For that, I have to add class attribute. Then you have to add the values like bg-primary. If I say bg-primary and if I just load this in my browser, now see, I got some background color. I want to add some padding. So to add padding, we have to use a class called p hyphen value you have to give from 1 to 5. If I'm just using only p, then it will add padding from all the sides, top, bottom, left, right. So if I refresh, now I got from top also, left also, bottom also, even from right also. Now this text color I want to change. I want to make it white. So for that, you have text hyphen white. This is what we have explored in the last session. I want margin from all the sides. So m hyphen 5. So if I go back here and if I refresh, you will get margin. Now see here, I am able to create some kind of UI here using my Bootstrap. Now yesterday we have learned how to create a container. So maybe after this title, I want to create one container. To create one container, first take a div element, then to that div element, add a class called container. And for this container, I will add background color as a BG dark. And here I will say it is a container. So like this, one container is created now. Okay. Now in this container, I want to create rows. So how to create rows inside this container? If you want to create rows, so for every row, again, you have to take one div. How many rows you want? That many divs you should take. For example, I want 5 rows or 3 rows. I will take 3 divs. And for every div, you have to add a class called row. Class called row. Class called row. Now, in one row, how many columns we can create means maximum it is recommended to create only 12 columns, not more than that. Then it will, if you create more than that, it will fail to make handle responsiveness. That is the reason it always recommended to create only 12 rows, not more than that. So for rows, if you want to add some background color, then that also you can add. Now my requirement is in this row, I want to create only 4 columns. If you want to create only 4 columns, then for every column, take one more div and add the class as a call. So like this, let's assume that this is my call one. Like this, I want 4 columns in first row. So take 4 divs. Just I'm changing the content here. If I just use the class call, then it will take equal space. It will occupy your entire row with the equal space. So all the columns will have the same space. So if I refresh here, now here I got, let me just check. Row, call. Here text white I will add. Because container background color became black and text content also in the black color. That's why it's not visible. If I see here, I got 4 calls. Now for every column, I want to add background color. So here I will add BG primary. Here BG dark, BG warning. BG secondary, and maybe BG info. So if I go back here and if I refresh, we got this 4 columns. 4 columns. Okay. So here like this. Suppose if I use here call hyphen 3, and here if I use call hyphen 8, and here if I use call hyphen something like here instead of 8, I will try to take 6, and here 2, and here 1. Okay, I'm trying to make this count exactly 12. So 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 1, 12. Now, if I try to give like this numbers, and if I just go and check my output, it looks like this. So can you guys tell me what is the meaning of this numbers by seeing the output? This is how I got the output right now. Now, if you see, the width of each column is different. So by seeing these numbers, can you tell me what is the use of these numbers?
For first
The first
column,
column
it will
occupies the space equivalent to 3 columns.
Mm-hmm.
The
Nice.
second column occupies the space equivalent to 6 columns.
Yeah. So basically, these numbers are going to indicate how much space this column should take. If you mention 3, it means this column is going to take the space of 3 columns. If you mention 6, this column is going to take the space of next 6 columns. If you mention 2, it is going to take the space of 2 columns. 1 means it will take the space of 1 column. Even if you don't mention 1, it will be like that only. There is no change because only 1 column is pending, right? So it will take that much, even if you mention. So whenever you get a requirement where your columns width should be more, or it should occupy 3 column space or 5 column space, in that case, you can go with this number system. So this number system you can give from 1 to 12, 1 to 12. Okay. For example, let's assume that I want only 2 columns and each column should take 6 column space. So what I have to do for that? So in my container, in my row, I want only 2 columns. Each column should take 6 column space. So let's assume that this is my row. Now in this row, I just want to create exactly 2 columns. So for this, let's assume that for this second one, for second row, I want exactly 2 columns. What I have to do?
is divided for 266 column.
Yeah. So
That
one
is
way
clear.
is you can add that number directly. Call high. See, shortcut is just add dot call hyphen 6. Click on enter. So it will create one div with a class attribute and value will be call hyphen 6. So I'm saying this as a call 1. And for this, let's assume that I'm adding a background, something like a primary and text y. Let it be text whatever. Margin top, I will just give 3. And like this, I want one more. So dot call hyphen 6. And here also I will add BG secondary. Here onto empty hyphen 3. This is like call 2. So if I go here, instead of adding this margin here, what we can do is we can add this margin to this row. Now if I go back, 2 columns will be created. 2 columns are created. Column 1, column 2. Now see, if you see for both the column, the space width is same. So if you are creating 2 columns or 3 columns, and if you think that all the columns width is same, in that case, even if you don't give the number, it will give you the same effect. If you are just adding 2 columns, by default, it will take the same space. See, there is no change. Even if I refresh, there is no change. So when we have to go with that number system means whenever you think that the width of your columns will vary from one to another. So first we want a column with 4 column space. We want another column which should be equivalent to 5 column space. So like this, if you have some variations in your column widths, then only go with that number system. If they have equal width, then no need to go that. Only just if you mention call, by default, your bootstrap will take care of assigning same width for both the columns. Okay. So like this, I want only one column. So what I have to do? Just add a column class. That's it. I will say call one. Here I will just add bg danger. That's it. Now if I go back here and if I refresh, I got like this, only one column. If you want to add some margin, you can add margin top 3. So here we got. So this is black color is container. For container, if you want to add some padding, you can add some padding as well. P-5. So you have container. So in first row, 4 columns. In second row, 2 columns. In third row, 1 column. Now, if you use container class, then from left and right, you will get some space. There is one more class called container-fluid. If I use container-fluid, then you will not have any space from left and right. So the difference between container fluid and container is if you use container class, you are going to get some from left and right. Nothing but it will add margin. If you use container fluid, then it will occupy complete screen width, nothing but 100%. Now let's assume that I want to create this kind of grid system. Okay. So here I will say grid templates. If I just go to this images tab, grid CSS templates will search. Okay. First, let's try to take one simple one. Okay, let's try to take this one. Yeah, let's try to take this one. Now let's suppose I want to create this kind of layout. So what we have to do? This kind of layout I want to create. So how many rows you have to create here?
3.
And how many columns? In first row, 1 column. In third row, 1 column. But in second row, I required 3 columns. I required 3 columns. So can we come back here? So I'm just adding here task1.html. Start with doc type, HTML, head, and then here I'm adding body. And inside the head, I will add this link tag. Here I will add it. Okay, now I want to create that structure. So for that, first I need a container. So I will take a container. In that, I want 3 rows. So dot row into nothing but asterisk 3. If you click, 3 divs will be created with class row. How to do? Dot row asterisk 3. So 3 divs are created with the class rows. Now we have 3 rows. In first row, we want only one column, so dot col. In third row also, we want only one column, so dot col. But in second row, we want 3 columns, and that 3 columns should look like this. So tell me how many column space this first column should take? How many this? How many this?
Navigation, 2 columns.
Okay.
So I'm just considering 12. So
Okay. Yeah.
first one is 2, second one is 8, and third one is again 2.
No. So if you see this size and this size,
Yeah, might be these 2. Last one is 3, in the middle 7.
7. Yes. 273.
2, 7, 3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you get something like this in your mind, try it. Okay. No
Okay.
problem. If you become wrong, it's okay. So just try it. So you want first column should take
2,
2. Then you want second column should take 6 or 7.
7,
7. And third you want, now
3.
it's like 3. Okay, now let me just add here call 1, call 2, and call 3. And if I want, I can add just here some background color, BG dark, BG primary, and here some BG warning. And if I save it, and if I just go back here, if I load this part, I got like this 2, 6, and 3. So let me add some margin for my container, empty-5. We got here. So we got here also call 1, here call 2. Here I will add some, so for this only I will add BG-danger. Here also BG-danger. If I go back here and if I refresh, we got like this. Okay. Now you have to just increase the width of your rows. You have to increase the width of your rows. So how to add the width classes? Anybody knows what are the classes we will have related to width? Okay, here see.
W.
Yes, we have W. Then we have to give here some values. Like for example, if I give width 25, not width, we want height, right? We want to increase height. So if I say H25, will there be any effect? So for this, first of all, we have to increase the height container height, right? So I will just add here style attribute, and I will go with the CSS. For example, I'm saying that container complete height should be something like 500 pixels. So if I just go back here and if I refresh, container height is 500 pixels. So here, let me make it 900. So let me remove this part. So is this height is applied to your container? Height, I am saying 1200 pixel. Now why this height is not applied? Here I have removed that part. Initially I was adding H25. So some height you were getting, but I don't want to add this H25. Instead of that, I want to increase this width. Why this width is not getting increased? Any guess?
We have used margin of 5.
There is nothing wrong with margin, right?
This margin. Because of the screen size or something, sir?
Mhm. Okay, let me reduce it to 4. It is not increasing height only.
Okay, we have to increase in the container, right?
Yeah,
In
this container
container
height I want to increase. So this time I don't want to use Bootstrap. For this, maybe I wanted to use normal CSS.
Okay.
So maybe I'm trying inline CSS here by adding style attribute. And here I am trying it like, for example, I will add height and I will say here something like 500 pixel. Now, if I come back here, now see, height is not increasing. Your container height is not increasing. So let me add this style for body also, and let me add border. 2 pixels solid. I will say here green. Okay, for body, I am adding the border. Now see, your body got it. Now let me add border for your container. Okay. But see this output and tell me why the container height is not increasing. See this output, you should get the answer. Let me increase the width of your border. I will say make it 7 pixels. Then you might understand.
Okay, this.
Because we take container size 500 pixel height.
No. So container height is increasing or it's not increasing by seeing output?
It's
Not in-
increasing.
Huh? It's increasing or not? It's increasing, right? This background color
Yes.
you have given to rows. Okay. So for example, can I give background color to my container?
Yes, sir.
BG, let's give something like info. And if I refresh, see, my container height is increasing, but my row height is not increasing. Why? Because you did not give any
Because we
height.
increased only container.
By default, your row will take height, how much content you have in that. Okay, yesterday I have told you, right? So I was telling that container height is not increasing. Why I was telling like that? Because I just wanted to see whether you will be able to identify it or not. Now here I was showing only this output, right? So let me, if I remove this particular background color, I was showing you guys about this output. So this is the first row, second row, third row. So by default, row height depends upon how much content you have added in that. And I have applied CSS for container, and I'm seeing you guys. So height of the container is not increasing. And you guys also believe. Why? Because you were seeing this part. So you thought this is container only. So if it is not increasing, means height of the container is not increasing. That is what you guys thought. But basically, these are the rows inside the container. So your container height started from here to here. So from here to here is the height of your container. In that container, you have first row, second row, third row. So to understand that, I am adding a background color for my container. Background dark, for example. If I add, and if I come back here and if I refresh, this is how my container look like. Now let me remove that border for my body. Now if I go back here, this is how my container look like. Now what I want, the height of the first row should be like 25%. It should take 25% of my container. First row should take 25% of my container. So how to make your first row should take 25% of your container? For that, Bootstrap is giving us a class called h-25. Now if I say h-25, then see it is taking 25%. Now I want second row should take 75%. So second row, h, no, not 25, 75, 50 I want. So 25 plus 50, it will be like 75. So I want second row should take 50. And third row should take again 25. Okay. So when it comes to height, width, then in your Bootstrap, you can give the values like this. When it comes to width and height, for this, Bootstrap is providing us some predefined classes called width 0, width 25, width 50, width 75, and width 100. These are the classes we have to use. And same with the height as well. So height 0, so height 25, height 50, height 75, and height 100. These are the values we have to use for width and height when it comes to Bootstrap. Okay, all this will be in the percentage form. Percentage form means always these values will be relative to your parent. Based on your parent, it will be. Suppose if I decrease my parent height, if I say only 100 pixel, now in 100 pixel also, first row will take 25%. 25% of 100 pixel. Second row will take 50% of 100 pixel. And then 25% will be taken by third row. So percentage always depends upon your parent. Okay, suppose here if I give randomly like 10, will it works? H10. Is it working? H10 is working. So to understand that, let me increase the height of my container to something like 5. Is it working? H10 is working. So by seeing the output, tell me H10 is working or not.
No.
For first row, I have given the height. For my first row, I have given H10. H10 is working? No. If I try to give H80, working? It's not working. So you have fixed classes, H0, H25, 50, 75, 100, like that. Okay, if I say 75, and if I come back here and if I refresh, now see, it is taking 75. Next one is 50. And next one is, it's taking remaining space now. So whenever you are using, so you have to use properly. Maybe I want to use 25. So now you got it. So here you have created like this layout, similar to this one. Now, if I want to create some other layout, maybe I want to create little complex layout. Maybe I want to create this layout. Will you able to create?
Yes.
Let me just decrease this. Okay, I want to create this layout, guys. So will you be able to create? So here, how many rows you will create, guys? And how many rows, first of all?
3.
Just count here. Here you are you able to find rows? No. Here are you able to find rows? Yes, 1 and 2. And here are you able to find? Yes, 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. So wherever you are finding maximum rows, just go with that number. So here I am finding 3, 1, 2, 3. So you need to create 3 rows. And then you have to create columns. Now the question is how you will merge. How you will merge this entire column. This one, this one. Columns, you know how to merge. But now question is how to merge these rows. In normal CSS, what are the what are the properties we have if you want to merge rows and columns? Have you guys remembered CSS? If you want to merge rows or columns, then what what's properties we have?
Call span.
Call span, no. Call span is table, right? That is a table concept. In CSS grid system, okay. So just try this part. You guys try with CSS, okay? I will teach you guys with Bootstrap. I want you guys to try with CSS, plain CSS. I want to create one more, something like this. I want one container like this. In this, I want 2 sections. Like this. Here, I want to add some title. Like GitHub user name or something like GitHub project. Some title I want to add. Here in the second section, I want to create one text box and one button, search button. One search button. And then I want to create here one layout like this, like card kind of layout. Let me just here like this card kind of layout I want to create. And here I want to create one container like this. Okay, like this layout I want to create. And here in this, I want to display some user image. Here I want to display user image. Here user name. Okay, here some bio like some 1 or 2 lines bio, and then one profile button. Here one profile button. And here in the list format, I want to display some details here. I want to display some details here. Like this, I want to display some details here. Okay, so one text box, one search button, here image, name, some bio, some button, and here some more details of the user. So like this, one layout I want to create using Bootstrap, using our Bootstrap. Okay, so this layout and this layout. This I will explain you how to create in Bootstrap. I want you guys to try in CSS and come. In plain CSS, you try and come. So that when I explain in the Bootstrap, then you will understand the difference, how we create this part in CSS and how we create this part in the Bootstrap. Because this layouts, if you understand how to create, then it will be very easy for you to design any kind of pages in the future. Before we design any pages, first of all, we have to create layouts. So if you know how to create layouts using grid, whether in plain CSS or Bootstrap, then it will be easy for us to do the designing part. So how we can use container, row, and column? Only these 3 classes to design this kind of layout or this kind of layout. That we will see in tomorrow's session. Okay. So tomorrow let's wrap this grid topic and let's learn some more components of your Bootstrap. So tomorrow let's learn card as well, card component, so that it will be helpful for us here. And if possible, we will learn some classes related to table component. If you are creating table, then how we can style those tables using Bootstrap. Yeah, that's all guys. Today I will stop here. Today I became little late, 10 minutes I have started late because of there was a demo session today and it became little bit late for me. So that's why little bit late I have started the class. So tomorrow we will start the session exactly at 8 or maximum by 8:03 or 8:05. And then we will try to take the sessions, guys. And meanwhile, keep revising your React, guys. Okay. From next week, we require React knowledge. So just revise React. If you get any kind of doubts, feel free to add your doubts on WhatsApp, or you guys can just discuss with me in the class. Yeah, so I'm pushing this paint file, guys. So just have a look on this paint files and just try to create layouts in that way. So you guys try in CSS. I will explain you guys in the Bootstrap. Any doubts, guys? Anyone have any doubts? So I have updated on in the GitHub. So you guys can get that paint file from the GitHub and just try by yourself whether you guys are able to do or not. Check. First check in CSS, plain CSS. If still time is there, then try in Bootstrap as well. Just check whether you are able to do or not. Just we have to use row, columns, and grid kind of classes only. Using these 3 classes, we have to create this kind of grid structure. Yeah, that's all guys from my end. If you have any doubts, let me know. If you don't have any doubts, yeah, you guys can go out.